Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out FPS Man. You may have seen this, it's shown up on a couple channels that I've been privy to, and it's actually a first-person reimagining of Pac-Man, which sounds really simple and straightforward, and this is probably not going to be a particularly deep or heady critique of this game. It's just going to be us having a little bit of fun. So we can thank Tom Davies for this creation. And it is, in fact, a Unity game. I'm actually playing it within Congregate right now, so the link, of course, will be right in the description. You guys can feel free to go try this out at your leisure for absolutely nothing. It's a free game. So let's start it up, and we will see what this is about. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have a good idea, and I'm also going to very briefly turn the volume down a little bit, because when I get my power pills, things start to get a little loud. Alright, so the goal, as you would imagine, having probably heard of Pac-Man before, is to use our GTA-style mini-map in the top corner there to plot out some sort of path, and of course, destroy the crap out of our enemy ghosts that we're going to run into. What is it, Winky, Inky, Blinky, Winky, and Nod? I don't know. I think that's their names. It's been a while. So, of course, the thing that is kind of a big deal, and the elephant in the room, is the fact that they've taken Pac-Man, which is generally a pretty lighthearted casual arcade game, and turned it into something of a first-person horror game, which I find very interesting genre-wise, and I think it's kind of a cool decision. And then there's, of course, this like Tron-esque side, theme going on the walls, which probably be hard not to notice, so we're gonna just destroy those. I wish there was a little bit more in the way of animation when you run into the enemy ghosts when you have your power pill activated, because I would like to see them get devoured or something, or maybe them do that to you. Take the horror idea and make it a little bit even further than it is now. As it is, a lot of the atmosphere and the ambience that I'm describing is coming from primarily the ambient sound effects, which are actually quite well done, and definitely give the game a lot to go on. There is also the one thing that I've noticed visually that's a little bit odd, is when you get rid of these, I forgot what you call them, nuggets or whatever, I'll think of it later. The little ambient light that goes underneath them doesn't seem to disappear, so I guess they're not dynamic, which is a little disappointing. I would have liked to see the lights from the... Oh, that's quite bright. See, he's got his own dynamic lights, and he actually got me there, which I'm a little surprised about. And then we're greeted to that, and we get our high score. Let's go back in and play another round. It's surprisingly accessible and easy to play. There's not really any complaints there. But it just seems a little strange that, the ghosts have their own dynamic lights. Why can't the pills or the nuggets have them as well? But it actually works really well that there's that little overhead mini-map. I think that was really well done. The whole thing, the fact that you can see where there's like a majority of the nuggets to go grab, definitely is helpful. And it actually makes it possible because... Oh, okay, I lost my power pill right in time to run into him. I think without that mini-map, it might be a little bit more frustrating than fun. One thing I would like to see that could actually spruce this up quite a bit is some variance to the way the levels are decorated. I would like to see maybe some randomly generated stuff show up there. The AI seems fine. It seems like they meander well enough. And the textures all seem pretty high quality and everything, so I don't have any complaints about the graphics as far as presentation. I think it looks very nice. But if you were to take it a little bit further and throw in some different color schemes and maybe some different wall textures or, different areas, or, even just make it, a little random and crazy, have some filters, effects go on, could be a lot of fun. Maybe unlockable game modes or something. But then again, let's not get too carried away here. This is free after all, and we're not really expecting too much. I think there's a lovely vision for what it is. Oh, geez, well, I can't do a thing about that. They successfully trapped me on that one. It's surprisingly addictive. I wasn't really expecting that I would want to keep playing this for more than a few games. There is some staying power to wondering what you can do as far as a high score, or just how big this maze even is, because we're not exactly sure. I also want to test out the AI a little bit. It seems a little bit like a missed opportunity with the fact that there are dynamic lights, and again, maybe the fact that there are too many potential dynamic lights, which is the reason why the ones underneath the nuggets don't disappear. But it seems like it would have been better for the level to like slowly lose its light as you clear out all of the power-ups, so that way you get a very quick visual sense of whether or not you should head in a certain direction. And when I say that the level itself should drain of light, I mean like the walls could actually drain somewhat. So if you take a quick glance over here and you see, well, everything looks pretty dark over here, there's probably not a lot of things to go grab, so maybe you don't need to go that way. I can't believe I still haven't thought of the word that is commonly used to describe these. I guess I'm just gonna roll with nuggets. I feel embarrassed to say it. Okay, I guess he wasn't interested. Passed me right by there. I'm also hoping that we get to encounter some cherries at some point, because I know that's a pretty big deal when it comes to Pac-Man gameplay, you know, the odd fruit that does show up. It almost seems like this maze could be endless with how big this seems to be. I've been exploring for quite a while, and I thought I cleared out probably, this is the third of 4 corners of what is traditionally a pretty square map. You'd think it wouldn't be too hard to avoid them. You know, with all the ability to see them coming and everything, it's generally not too bad. But then when you add on the fact that... Oh, I can see them through the wall. Alright. You add on the fact that you actually can't really tell where they're going to show up if they want to corner you. That does make things a little challenging. I could also see some unlockable skins being quite interesting in this game if you turn the ghosts into other various, like, generic horror game characters. You know, pending any copyright issues, I think that could be quite funny. See the amnesia thing chasing you down a hallway, you know, the Slender Man character shows up. You never know, it could be a lot of funny stuff. But let's actually see if we can get to the second level and see what changes, if anything. It might just be the same maze again. Oh wait, we did it. Neat. I don't think I got as good a score though. Oh, I'm disappointed to see this. So level 2 looks like it's pretty much the same as level 1. Oh no! Wow, just barely turned in time. That wasn't me being afraid or anything, I was just hoping I could get away from that encounter, that's all. I'm not sure if it was actually intentional to turn this into a pseudo-survival horror-esque, like, well, not survival horror, but horror-style game. I'm pretty sure that it was slightly intentional because of the soundtrack and everything, but as far as, like, scaring the player, I don't know if that was actually a goal the developer had in mind. If it was, I would say it was somewhat unsuccessful. I don't think I could probably be particularly scared by this. I might be slightly shocked if they come around the corner at the wrong moment. But the characters themselves, the ghosts, are not the scariest thing I've ever seen. Still, all, you know, criticism aside, I find this actually a pretty entertaining little diversion, and I don't think it's claiming to be anything more than that. So, you know, there isn't really any need for any negative criticisms or anything. This is just, you know, a little bit of fun, a little bit of a time waster. And it's always cool to see a creative reimagining of something that we've seen done and done and done and done again and over and over and over again. Oh man, apparently they walked into me from the side. Well, alright, I guess that will wrap things up then. It's also unfortunate there's no way to go back to the title screen once you launch the game. It's just back to here and then back to the game again. Well, I guess I'll try and play us off as we do our closeouts. You know what? I'll do the super abridged outro. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is definitely worth a look. If you guys don't have anything better to do for a good 5 or 10 minutes, go click through to Congregate and give this a play. I think you could do a lot worse for your time. Again, there were a few things that I would like to see if, you know, the developer ever does watch this. There are some potential things that I think could make this even more cool than it already is, and I think it is pretty good as it is now. But I always like to look forward to what could be from what already is. I never really look at a game like a finished product, you know, unless it's the rare case of like a AAA developer putting out something in a box, which, although nowadays actually is much less of the case than it used to be. When a developer puts something in a box, that's like queue number 1 to have a day 1 patch, you know? So, yeah, I wouldn't really worry about that too much. I'm not sure why I didn't decide to eat that ghost. I could have just decided to pass him right by. Hopefully the developer doesn't decide to make a sequel to this and call it like FPS Man Pac in Time. That could be pretty bad. We're going to hope that doesn't happen. Alright, so that is going to do it for this episode. Go give it a play, and also feel free to go check out my website, which is www.indie-impressions.com, so you can see all the videos in the series. Still going strong, 30-something days in a row consecutively, and we are coming up very fast on the year mark, so I am very happy to have you guys with me for that. And hopefully you guys will also join me. I'm sure we're going to be doing something special for that. I think we're tentatively marking it as April 10th, for those of you watching. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like the game just lost focus for a second, and again. So, yeah, come visit me, say hi on the forums, send me some messages and such, and of course, leave your comments about what you think on this particular game below, because I love to hear from all of you. Also, if you have a moment and you don't mind, feel free to visit me at my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/indieimpressions. Leave a like on that if you choose, that way you can get every day's updated videos delivered right into your Facebook stream, and also get the occasional contest or news update also delivered there as well. And if you're a developer or, you know, a fan, just want to say hey, or possibly request your game or send me a press release, you know, just feel free to say hey over on Twitter, which is at RockLeeSmile. Or I also have a contact form right on the website. And of course, all the social media links are right in the description, so feel free to go check that out too. If you missed anything, because I do tend to talk a little bit fast, so I don't blame you if you missed anything. So that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. And I know I said I was going to do the abridged version of the closing. I'm not sure what happened with that. I sort of forgot. But yeah, I hope you join me again tomorrow for another episode. I will continue to do these every day as long as you guys are watching and enjoying them. And I hope you have a lovely night. And I hope you play some FPS Man. So talk to you next time. Later.